Welcome to the exciting rebirth of Superstar, featuring choose your membership rate as low as just $3 a month. At Superstar, you get expanded, exclusive video scopes each and every week, unlimited access to special horoscopes, class passes for Synchronicity University, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the Superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there. Hello, fabulous superstar Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of December 2021. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. It is a remarkable astrological month, without a doubt. Big moves happening in the sky now. It is going to be at this particular moment that you may find that so much changes for you rather quickly. What I really love about the major celestial events taking place, in some ways, at least with the lunar events, they are evoking planets in your sign. And it is also the last month you're going to have Jupiter in your sign for well over a decade. And so this really is the time to go big, to trust yourself, and to go for what it is that feels right for you. But let's talk about some of the energies I think that are going to be most on the surface, which is, of course, lunar events. I would be remiss if I didn't also mention to you, if I didn't also say that it is going to be Christmas Eve that we are going to have the last Saturn-Uranus square taking place. And I have spoken about this for you in the year ahead video for 2021. And I've reminded you of this as we've been going along, especially in the superstar space as well, that this is a remarkable and defining time. 2021 has been about understanding who you've been and who you want to be and reconciling the two in some way. For some, that means integrating the two in some way. Those lessons are going to peak this month as well. But let's talk about, first of all, the eclipse. It's getting a lot of the glitz and glamour and glory. On the 4th of the month, we've got a total solar eclipse taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with friendship, group alliances, and it has to do with the more lofty hopes and wishes you may have for your life, the bigger opportunities. Now, here's the thing. Eclipses are normally a wild card. Anything can happen with a total solar eclipse. All kinds of new beginnings, and in your case, new people can show up. With the Uranus speaking with this eclipse, the surprise factor is that much more magnified. And considering the fact that it is Saturn in your sign that is speaking in harmony with this eclipse, it tells me not only that what is happening now is that much more meaningful to you, that much more personal to you, but it helps you to cultivate meaningful stability and self-respect. Saturn is always associated with self-respect. Saturn in your sign now and right into March of 2023 is inviting you to cultivate meaningful self-respect that'll last the rest of your life. Well, this eclipse is one of those moments where you'll be able to cultivate just that. And so all kinds of new people can show up in terms of friendship, in terms of professional alliances, in terms of groups in particular, where it is that you are with other people, whether it's in gathering, whether it's in social events. It is in these very spaces that it can feel as if life has a very karmicness to it. And it can feel like the connections you make now are especially strong and a part of creating, or a part of at least celebrating the happiness in your life, but also very possibly opening up bigger opportunities than you knew before in your life as well. The opportunity to reach a whole lot of people. I mean, this is a part of the sky that has to do with mass media, social media as well. And you may find yourself being able to reach a whole lot of people very quickly in a way that fortifies your long-term success. Now, as we navigate later in the month, on the 18th, we are going to have this month's full moon. That full moon is in fellow air sign Gemini. And this is a part of the sky that has to do with what you want in your heart of hearts in every area of life. Creative fulfillment, children you want, children you have, all of that comes into focus. Now, here's the thing. Neptune is speaking in tension with this full moon. And so there may be an element there of either uncertainty or maybe even disappointment. And I'm sorry to say, but that does happen. But then we've got this supremely harmonious alignment with Jupiter that I absolutely love for you. That Jupiterian alignment, and with Jupiter in your sign, starting to near the end of its journey in your sign. Well, that suggests that there's every reason for hope and happiness and optimism and positivity. There is some sense of fulfillment of what you want on a heart level, and that is something to celebrate. There's genuine joy, genuine happiness. Creative fulfillment is possible here. You being able to reach a lot of people with your creative expression is possible here as well. And again, children in your life, even though children are always uncertain, right? Their decisions are their own. At the same time, though, there's every reason to feel genuine healing, happiness, and hope for what is ahead with the children you want or the children you have. Now, in the context of love, two things stand out to me. One is that full moon. That is a heart-oriented part of the sky, and that includes flirtation and romance, and that is beautiful. But of course, Venus retrograde is happening. On the 19th of December, Venus will go retrograde, but for most of the month, Venus is basically just hanging out in the sky with Pluto. There's a lot of intensity in love-related matters for all of us out there. And for you, that Venus is going retrograde in the sign just before yours. I do have a Venus retrograde special horoscope. You can watch that at nadiyashah.com or nadiyashahsuperstars.com. But I do want to talk about it in the context of this month in particular, because this is one of the peak moments of the larger Venus retrograde season. So for those of you open to meeting someone new, I love that full moon energy. That full moon energy is about getting your flirt on. Even if it kicks up your fears a little bit, still you're open. Love and money don't mix. So that's something you may want to be mindful of as you're connecting with new people. But for all that, with that Venus retrograde, and Venus going retrograde the day after the full moon, with the intensity of this, there may also be that much more a sense of something very deep within you stirring. New people you connect with now, it may start off as fun and light, but very quickly become something that feels very complicated as part of navigating forward. For those of you just starting to date somebody, well, look, I do love that full moon energy. For some, it may mean that you realize this is not the person for you. For others, it may mean a sense of progress and hope, even in the face of uncertainty and your own fears kicking up. Again, money and love do not mix. And so if it feels like that starts coming to the forefront, that should put off, little alarm bells for you. But for all that, it does look like there's a lot going on behind the surface. Now, another thing I want you to keep in mind, what can sometimes happen with that Venus retrograde, where Venus is retrograde, hand in hand with Pluto, it can feel like this person or you are not as available to them in some way. So in some way, there's a lack of connection. It can feel like that person disappears, for example. Venus is retrograde. All is not as it seems. Breakups that happen during Venus retrograde tend to not stay broken up. And so pace yourself, but know that there may be a whole lot of unanswered questions, at least until we get to the end of January. That's when the light bulb is going to come on. And for those of you in an established bond, it can be a powerful time. Lots going on behind the scenes, lots going on underneath the surface. If it is that the two of you have children or want children, they may come into focus, or that issue may come into focus in some way at this time as well. But for all that, there's a lot between you two that you may not necessarily feel ready to share more widely with others. That's okay as well. The two of you are working out some very deep emotions, perhaps together or perhaps on your own. But the clarity will come, especially once we navigate to the end of January and Venus goes direct, trine your ruling planet Uranus. Light bulbs are going to happen and forward momentum. What I love about this month for you, there's a lot here. I'm actually going to say the Saturn and Uranus square that happens on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, Venus and Pluto will conjunct exactly. So there's a lot happening right around that time, but for you in particular, it's that Saturn-Uranus that I think is really going to help you to understand that much more deeply who you've been and who you're going to be going forward from here. The lessons that come together for you as you move towards the very end of the month. And as Jupiter wraps up its transit through your sign, is that anaretic, the end of your sign, under the light of that Saturn and Uranus square. Well, that does suggest that a whole lot feels like it comes together for you. You are understanding where you've been, but also where you're going. And as you head into a brand new year, you've got that much more clarity as to who you are next. Well, thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every single week for every single sign for as low as just $3 a month with choose your membership rate at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. At NadiyaShahSuperstars.com, you get expanded exclusive video scopes each and every week. Higher tiers get you things like all access passes to Synchronicity University events, consultations with me, and so much more. All of this in the superstar space. I look forward to meeting you there at NadiyaShahSuperstars.com. Link is in the description below. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.